experienced past year going to school after 6 months like that, isn't it? So I hope you have a good experience in the school. So anyway, today we are going to discuss about the continuation of the lesson. That means, but it in your textbook it is 7th lesson, but continuation of 6th lesson, people and settlement. In 6th lesson we discussed how people are divided, what is so and so about people, and also etc etc about that people lesson. Now continuation, people and settlement. And other 8th lesson also, all these three are interlinked: people, people and settlement, people and migration. Okay, so even though it is the other part of the other number of the lesson in your textbook, we are going to discuss about people and settlement, 7th lesson. Okay, now what do you understand by the word settlement? Already people we discussed in the 6th class. What do you understand by the word settlement? Means, before going to know about settlements, just keep your textbook behind you along with the pencil. Underline whatever important point you find, just write it in your running notes. Even in the inbox also, you may find so many important points. Okay, so everything what I explained, everything you have observed in your textbook, just you write in the running notes. That is only SA for you. Got it? Be careful, where some more running points will be there in these 6, 7, 8 lessons. Now coming to what is settlement. Here I gave you definition of the settlement. See, the way we organize ourselves and our living spaces in a place is called settlement. So the place which is very well suitable for living, for our living, we call that as settlement, isn't it? So the place which is not suitable for our living trend, we ever at any cost we should not support that place. That is called not a settlement. Okay, the place where is completely suitable for us in all aspects, we will settle there only, isn't it or not? In all aspects. Okay, nothing is there problem in that. So that place we suit as our settlement place. So some from generations onwards, from this to coming generations also, they will settle there only. That place we call it as settlement place. Okay, how people choose these settlements? Just what are the topics we are going to discuss in this lesson? First one, what is settlements? We already discussed the way we organize ourselves and which is suitable for ourselves and for living space, for our living trend. Okay, for our living style in a place, we call it as a settlement. Now, how did settlement begins? Why do settlements change? What kind of places attracted settlements? What about Indian settlement, aerotropolis, urbanization problems? These are very important topics, which is mostly you may find 1 mark questions in this lesson. More than essay answers, you may find 1 mark here. So better every definition is important here. So have a look over settlement. Completed now this one. Now coming to how did settlement begin? What do you understand by settlement begins? Ante how people choose their suitable place. In simple language, how did people suit their suitable place? Okay, so many people migrate from one place to the other place in search of their livelihood, isn't it or not? In search of their livelihood. So one place may suitable for one person, other place may suitable for other person. One may not, to the other may not. Got it? So at that time, we should not call that place as a settlement place. Where the living trend, where the living style is there, where the living style is suitable, at that place we call it a settlement. So this settlement begins from where there is a suitable place for them. Now, early humans, they are called as hunter-gatherers. What do you understand by hunter-gatherers? Okay, the name is, you heard no children? Hunter-gatherers means gatherers in the sense they hunt, their lifestyle is hunting to gather food. So that's why the early man we call it as hunter gatherers. Okay, so these hunter gatherers, they changed their lifestyle from hunter gatherers to sedentary people. Okay, these hunter gatherers in other language called as nomadic people, means nomadic. Nomadic people in the sense who children means people who move from one place to the other place in search of food. We call it as nomadic people. They don't have any constant place for their settlement. They move from here, they move here and there. Okay, but sedentary people, sedentary, SEDNTR, but sedentary people means they will settle in only one place. Simple difference between nomadic people and sedentary people. Okay, here these people we call it as hunter gatherers. For their food, they will do hunting in various places. Okay, here sedentary people means take example agriculture. Okay, the people who completely based on agriculture, they have to stick on to particular one place only, particular place only. Those people we call it as sedentary. From generations onwards to coming up generations, they will settle in that place only. That what we call it as sedentary people. Those people we call it as sedentary people, and that settlement we call it as sedentary settlement. Okay, so there is a chance in this side heading to ask about what is the difference between nomadic tribes and nomadic settlement and sedentary settlement. Just complete have a read over in the textbook and just tell me what is what. Just write in your running notes what is what about nomadic people and sedentary people. Got it? Now next coming to the why do settlements change? Why do settlements change? Change means just different from the regular, isn't it or not? Just different from the regular. Why do settlements change? Basing upon their lifestyle, so many people change their settlements. They thought that it is the suitable place, but after some generations they may find they will not find any comfort. Okay, they do not find any comfort in that place, then they will change that place. In other place they think that there is the settlement. Okay, so these settlements change basing upon their so many causes, basing upon so many causes like, okay, like education purpose, okay, marriage purpose, for agricultural, in the sense of moving of, business purpose, not agriculture, business purpose, okay, and also what we call it as this so many software field, IT field. For that purpose, all these comes under this settlements. Settlements change. The main reason for settlements change is one may find it is important, but other in the same family, the other may not find it. Okay. So likewise, settlements change basing upon their livelihood. Okay. Now coming to what kind of places attracted settlements. For this purpose, children, for settlements change, there is a case study, means the story of Delhi. In your textbook, the story of Delhi has been given. Just read that. The time of independence in 1947, there are very less people in this Delhi. But at present, there is a tremendous increase in this in the population of Delhi, because it is a developed place. That's why so many people have their choose their settlement in Delhi. That's why completely this settlement is very good in our capital city called Delhi. That's why there is a tremendous increase of the population in this Delhi, in our capital city. Just read, have a complete look over this Delhi story. Now, what kind of places attracted settlements? So, there are three kinds of places which attract settlements. Three kinds of places. Most probably, people choose only these, people give more importance to these factors to choose their settlements. What are the three factors? Yeah, first one we call it as what kind of places, no children? Just once have a look. Yeah, kinds of places. It seems you understand. Okay, kinds of places. The first one we call is that site. Second one, situation. And the third one, history. History. So these are the three kinds of places can maximum people may choose for their settlement. Let us have a look site. Have a look site. What did you mean site in the sense? Yeah, eyesight? Eyesight? No, site means a place. Okay, site means a place, means the place which has more natural resources, not only natural resources, atmospheric conditions, its its presence in that place. Okay, all these factors come under the site. For example, if you construct a building, if you want to construct a building or a industry, the first thing we will search for land. What type of land we will choose? You know, isn't it? That land must have all the qualities. Soil must be good. Okay. In the we may see the water facility over there, and what about natural resources around that place, isn't it? And also, is this place is good for start a business or to start something else? All this comes under the first factor called site. Now coming to the second factor called situation. Situation in the sense, children, in what situation that particular place comes under settlement. What is the reason for choosing that place for settlement is called situation. Okay, see, in our in our daily activities or daily in our domestic in our home, your mother used to call you that just understand the situation, isn't it or not? They used to what is that make you pay interest upon them, isn't it? To concentrate your interest upon your parents, parents used to tell you that try to understand the situation, why you are murmuring like that or why you are doing like that, something they will completely warn you or they will give something instructions to you, isn't it or not? So that is what is to understand at what circumstances or at what conditions that place is chosen by maximum people. That what is called situation. Catching the point. Now the third one is called history. History in the sense, you know, I used to tell you so many times like history means past completed events, isn't it? Yeah, here also that only. The history of that particular site. Okay, whether that site had good history or not, isn't it? Good history or not? Good history in the sense, what are the previous events that had happened in that site? Okay, you see, the history plays a very important role in using taking one place in selecting one place as a settlement place చేయడం. ఓకే సి దాన్ని ఏమంటారంటే మనం తెలుగులో ఖచ్చితంగా మాట్లాడాలి అనుకుంటే ఈ హిస్టరీకి వచ్చేసరికి ఈ ప్లేస్ మంచిది కాదు, కలిసి రాలేదు, ఇటువంటి కలిసి రాలేదు అంటే completely it is not suitable, something bad had happened, completely something. So those who started business or industry or work whatever in that place is not in a successful manner, that what is called history. So while one taking any one, if one chooses a site, the history plays a very important role in that. Okay, so the background is, if we want to take a building, isn't it? If you want to take a flat in an apartment, in a villa, okay, if you want to take an individual house, if you want to construct a villa, how many situations or how many conditions, how many circumstances we are going to select, isn't it or not? Okay, that is the first and utmost one to make us in a successful manner in the future. So that's why taking history into consideration as the main factor, a person chooses his or her settlement. Okay, it seems you understand the three factors as kinds of places. Read in your textbook completely these three, then you will get a complete idea along with the examples they have given in your textbook. Excuse me. Now coming to the next one, Indian settlements. Indian settlements means we should talk about our country and everything. Okay, how settlements are there in India? In India, settlements are mostly divided. Settlements are concentrated in cities. Catch my point? So when compared to villages. Okay, villages, when compared to villages, most of the urbanization plays a very important role in settlements. caste. Urbanization means simply growth of towns and cities. Growth of towns and cities is called urbanization. So, in the present days, so many people are moving to the urban areas in search of their livelihood. Why? Because of the pollution, natural resources get damaged and the agriculturists did not find any successful way in their lives. So that's why even the head of the family is an agriculturalist. The next generation they want to take their children into the education side, into the job side, not in the agriculture. Because they did not find any settlement in that agriculture. Okay, so that's why people who choose that type of livelihood completely they should move to the urban areas. Likewise, growth of towns and cities is called urbanization. Got it? So, this urbanization plays a very important role in Indian settlements. Urbanization plays a very important role in Indian settlements. Basing upon the urbanization, Indian settlements are divided into four types. Just have a look how Indian settlements are. And cities are divided into nothing but settlements only. Cities in India, according to the settlements, basing upon the settlements, cities are divided into four types. May I? Yeah. First one, we call it as listen, megacities, metropolitan cities, and the next one cities, towns, revenue. Okay, last one hamlets. Basing upon the population in a place, these Indian settlements are divided into 336 types according to the population. See, mega cities means the population more than 10 million people. 10 million people. More than 10 million people. That particular place we call it as mega city. Okay. Next, metropolitan city. 1 million to 10 millions. Listen carefully everyone children. 1 million to 10 millions, 10 million people together constitute a place. That place we call it as metropolitan city. Now city means 1 lakh to 1 million. 1 lakh to 1 million. It is called as a city. Now town 5,000 to. Listen, not 50,000, 5,000 only. 5,000 to 1 lakh. We call it as towns. Okay. Next, revenue. A village which is defined with border. Okay, సరిహద్దులు. ఓకే, సరిహద్దులు కొన్ని సరిహద్దులు పెట్టుకుని కొన్ని ప్రాంతాలు ఉంటాయి. దాంట్లో పాపులేషన్ బిలో 5,000 ఉండొచ్చు, 5,000 ఉండొచ్చు. అటువంటి ప్లేస్ మనం రెవెన్యూ అంటాం. Got it. Now coming to hamlets. Hamlets అంటే ఈజీగా మీరు గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవడానికి స్ట్రీట్స్. Got it. Streets in the sense స్ట్రీట్స్ అంటే ఇంకా చెప్పాలంటే ఒక ఏరియా మన ఇన్స్పెక్ట్ ఏరియా అనుకోండి, మన స్కూల్ ఏరియా. ఓకే, అందులో కావాల్సినంత పాపులేషన్ అంటే నేను చెప్పేది అందులో ఉండేటువంటి స్టేడియం రోడ్, మన స్కూల్ వీధి, మన స్కూల్ స్ట్రీట్. ఈజీ టు అండర్స్టాండ్ చిల్డ్రన్, బట్ డోంట్ బేస్ అపాన్ దట్. Read in your textbook the correct definition. Okay, hamlets in the sense group of houses in a village. That particular area we call it as hamlets. We call it as a group of houses. I hope you understood well all these types of settlements. Likewise, in India settlements have been concentrated, but in America it may differ. According to the population of the countries, it may differ. Got it? So this is about Indian settlements. Now coming to the next important point is called aerotropolis. Aerotropolis in the sense, the other name of that is jet age city. What it is called as? Jet age city. Jet age city. It is in simple words. Airport in the middle. Okay, all other wantings, all other needs which are useful to the people are just surrounds it. Simply means if we concentrate airport in the middle of the place. See, for example, take Hyderabad. You know that what is that Hyderabad airport name, that is Mahatma Gandhi, no, Rajiv Gandhi International Airport is there, isn't it or not? Rajiv Gandhi International Airport at first, before so many years, past so many years, this Rajiv Gandhi Airport is concentrated at the outskirts of Hyderabad, isn't it or not? But now it becomes in the center of that. Means surrounding areas of that airport is completely developed. Means hospitals, schools, parks, whatever they may be, completely developed. That's why airport move అవుతుందని అర్థం కాదు అక్కడ. Got it? Airport move అవ్వదు, airport move అవుతుందని అర్థం కాదు అక్కడ. The surrounding places of that aid city completely develops. That what we call it as aerotropolis. In simple, in an easy way to understand. Okay, the definition part had been given in your textbook, children. Keep it in your mind this easy way and read that definition. You may understand very easily. Got it? So that's why the other name of this is jet age city. So Indira Gandhi International Airport, Rajiv Gandhi International Airport, these are next to Bangalore International Airport. These three are very big airports in our country. Next, in international level, there are so many. Okay, even though international flights land here, so many in different countries, there are some more important international airports. Okay, yeah. Next, coming to urbanization problems. Due to the growth of towns and cities, what are the important problems, children? What are the important problems? The first one is place problem. Isn't it or not? Settlement problem. What is the present lesson today? Settlement problem, food problem, isn't it? Hospitalization. So wherever the population increases, automatically, wherever the settlement increases, automatically everything will emerge. Okay, everyone used to concentrate on the place wherever the site situation history is good. People choose like that place only, isn't it? Nobody ఎక్కడో barren అయిపోయినా లేకపోతే burial grounds దగ్గర places ఎవరో సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకోరు. They will choose according to the, I said, you know, three factors. Basic upon that only people use it. If all the settlements are concentrated upon in that, the weightage of that place will increase. Automatically, water problem, sanitization, hospitalization, hygiene, everything will be increased. Okay, so but due to urbanization, so many problems are increasing in India. And concentration of people only in one place. They are not extending to all other places. That is what is the problem. Okay, hope everyone understood the lesson well. Just read the lesson and case studies, stories what had been given in the textbook. No need to write stories in your running notes. Don't copy 2 or 3 pages, save into your notes. Just write the important points, what are important in this side headings. And at the time of this, read, I use it to make you to write no, children. In the previous classes, read the story of Delhi in page number so and so in the textbook. Write like that. No need to copy 2 or 3 pages into your running notes. Okay, just write the running points what I am telling in the lesson. Hope everyone understood, no, children? Okay, thank you.